Hey, I'm Pat B.
And I'm Adam Willis.
And you're listening to the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. Bionically. Hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Showdown. Hold it up! Adam stole my water, y'all. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
cup's out there, man. Come on.
I'll mess with you, dude. Welcome to the Geek Down here on WEMF. I am Pat B. On the side of me is my homeboy, my main man, my doodle stain. I'm just gonna leave it there.
My stain.
I'm talking.
That's it. Yeah.
About Black Adam Willis.
Hey, man, how you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, I was out for a couple weeks, but I know I'm back. I'm sorry I had to work, take care of business, and everything like that. I got the baton in my hand. I'm gonna pass it to you now.
Oh wow! All right, I'm off and running. Yo, you know what's messed up? I can't make the combustible Huxtable joke anymore because people gonna call me a rapist. I'm almost say the racist, but that's a little too accurate. All right, but now I'm looking around the room. I see some beautiful faces. I'm talking, of course, my secondary main man. Yo,
he's a man.
I'm talking, of course, about Kaiser Susie.
What's up, Pat? What's up, Pat?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Welcome to the show, brother. Glad you could join us.
Man, this water is good, Pat. Thanks.
And of course, it would not be the Geek Down without the most spectacular hair in the building. I look across the table at Miss Macabre. What's going down?
Sup?
It is, without a doubt, the best hair in this way. Like, if you look at mine and stuff, like, it does that whoosh thing, because I got the cowlick in the front.
Yeah. For those who obviously can't see us, my hair is made out of snakes. It's just entirely snakes.
And if you look at her, you turn to stone.
It's just snakes.
Snakes
all the way down.
Like snakes in the Frederick Douglass style. You know, you've never seen this. Like, you are innovating. Just like, yeah. And of course, we are sounding amazing, crisp, and always delicious, thanks to the one, the only DJ Herbie Herb in the booth. Woo! Hey.
By the way, that's not like their DJ names either. He just assigns that. You sign names. You know, like DJ Mike and Mike, DJ Herbie Herb.
I'm a human random character generator, man. You know,
just double up the first name.
Yeah.
That works.
You know, it's like that.
Herb, what's up, brother?
All right,
what's happening, guy?
Chilling.
Next week you will be Taint.
Tainty Taint.
DJ Taint.
DJ Tainty Taint.
That sounds gross.
You will be the Gooch Master. Awful.
All right. It's too sweety in here for this talk. There's no AC
it's not
in the studio.
Funny, yeah.
I don't want to hear about taints today. Not without AC.
Fine. We are the Urethra Friends, backed up by DJ Frenulum.
I'll take it.
DJ Schmeg.
Man, yo, people hate this. People hate me. All right, so now let's just let's a serious moment, y'all. Let's actually jump into the news because it's not all happy this week. We have lots of material to cover in so little time. The first story actually
so much bummer stuff. Yeah,
you know, dude. The first story. I'm a big Star Trek fan, as y'all know. I've said it many times on the show.
I don't think we ever covered that topic before. Yeah.
Star Trek? No. I play very close to the chest.
Yeah. But you're right, yeah, this is a big deal, and then one of the stars of Star Trek here, of course.
One of the stars of the newest movies. Let's point that out, too. Anton Yelchin passed away just recently.
Yeah, at age 27, this, like, freak, car accident type of thing where, I know you know more about the actual details of the story.
He was pinned by his car against his mailbox, part of his house. Basically, his car was parked on a steep incline, and it wasn't stopped properly.
Yeah, what he assumed was it was a parked car and was kind of like in neutral. So this thing rolled forward, and pinned him, and he died because of this. This is terrible. I mean,
apparently the car actually was recalled. It's
supposed to be a recall for that reason, which is just crazy to think about. And this kid's 27 years old, and
ridiculous.
I know I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Obviously, like we can name a bunch of movies, but he did like
Salvation.
Yeah, but he did like 64 films.
Yeah, he was really
he did like 60 plus films, and he was a 27.
He was Kyle Reese. Yeah, young Kyle Reese.
Yeah,
that's
right. No, a lot of good performances.
Wonderful. I think
Only
Lovers Left Alive.
I was just gonna say that's my favorite film that he was in was Only Lovers Left Alive, and he was like kind of the liaison for this vampire, was providing him with all these rare instruments and whatever this guy needed, and it was like this kind of this grimy rocker hipster guy, and he just nails the part. And he did so many good movies, and he was, like I said, so young, and to have that many movies under his belt.
He was Odd Thomas, which was very popular. He was in Odd Thomas, which is an offbeat horror movie.
But he seemed to be
kind of a good following too.
Yeah, he seemed to just pick really good.
Green Room, which was excellent.
The most recent. But he seemed to pick really good films, really interesting films that kind of pushed him as an actor. You know what I mean? He wasn't ever kind of pinned down. He wasn't ever typecast, and he was such a young guy picking. I don't
know about that. We talking about a dude who kind of made a science of being in most of the movies I saw, he was kind of the whiny bitch who got the girl.
No.
I won't go with that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
You didn't see enough then.
Okay, well, wait on me then.
Well, first of all, Only Lovers Left Alive. He's very much not that.
Okay, what was he then?
He was just a grimy dude that gets his blood sucked.
Yeah.
It's just.
And then Odd Thomas, he's not the whiny dude who gets the girl.
He was like what? Charlie Bartlett was that?
Yeah, with Drake.
Yeah.
Wait, Drake was in there?
Drake was in. Drake actually on his Instagram, he put up a picture of the both of them in the scene together, saying "Rest in peace."
Well, I know Yelchin was a child actor.
Yes.
Since he started at like 11.
He's got to be. He had that many movies.
That far back too.
Drake and him were both in Charlie Bartlett.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying he's done a lot of work, and he just seemed to always kind of he picked things that kind of stretched him out as an actor, where. A lot of young guys are just trying to get work and like focused on like whatever the biggest project could be. Like he could just be in Star Trek and be like, "Hey, that's it," and I'm going to kind of try to do these blockbuster things. But he was an eclectic guy.
It's such a blow too. The new movie's coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah. He will.
Yeah, and it's going to have that stink over it. And then of course with the future, how do you replace him? And
don't look at it like that. Look at it like
I'm not looking at it. I'm just saying that is a thing that happens.
Yeah,
that is something that will literally happen.
I think he was at least able to complete Star Trek.
Yes.
Yeah.
But most likely they'll make a fourth movie.
Yeah.
So
no, they're going to keep going.
It's just going to be something that they're going to have to deal with, and the audience is going to have to. It's going to be difficult.
Right.
What's his new movie?
You're talking about Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what you said is gonna.
There's Star Trek comes out on July 22nd. The newest Star Trek.
Okay. I thought it was something else that he had coming up.
No, his last movie was Green Room, which just came out.
Right.
Gotcha.
Green Room. He played.
Of course, I don't know. Like he might be in something that will be out in the future that you'll see him a small part in. Kind of like Robin Williams still had like a movie 3 years later.
He's got a pretty decent catalog for someone that young.
Yeah, it's just tragic. It just really sucks, especially Star Trek fans really latched onto him as Chekhov. He was really great.
Yeah, and I guess there was a bunch of photos with him with the old Chekhov too, where they were like hanging out, and he like that old actor passed on to it. Like he's like, this guy, he's nailing it. He's really good. They gave him his blessing for sure. And I remember an old movie I saw him in. It was The Beaver. Remember that Mel Gibson movie that Jodie Foster?
Yeah, he played his son in there.
He played his son, and he was like, he hated his father, and he had this like this clinical depression type thing, and he was just like this moving part of that movie that really made the whole thing work. And I was like, I kind of brought my attention to him, like, he's got this, this pull. Like
that's kind of a hard role to choose, because that was like right at the cusp of the Gibson hate, where it's like,
that was they're trying to do so working with him, and so he had so many roles. Like I said, such a young guy. He had one of those, that kind of that Heath Ledger thing where it was just like, oh man, this guy's best work was way ahead of him. He had so much left to do as an actor, So it's definitely a blow to the film world and for those who appreciate good acting.
If anyone doesn't know, as of right now, the LAPD has deemed it an accident. They don't suspect any kind of foul play or the car was tampered with or anything. Yeah. So it is just one of those messed up situations where this dude was taken by a freak occurrence.
Just freak, Yeah,
and I mean Anton Yelchin, age 27, passed away.
27, yeah.
Rest in peace. Mm-hmm. All right, so the next news story is, it's just weird. All right, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just, this is where we've gone. All right, I'm talking about Hasbro's coming to Broadway with Monopoly
Finally,
the musical.
What Broadway's been waiting for.
You've been waiting for this?
They're looking for the next Hamilton.
Oh, jeez. Hasbro Inc. has announced a partnership with the Arcana Group. Now, this is a Broadway producing and merchandising company. They're producing Monopoly the musical.
Yes.
Now, the ending. This is only the first in a planned series of stage projects based on Hasbro properties. Awesome. So, dude. Along with Broadway, stage shows are planned for national tours, for amusement parks, and for cruise ships. So
okay.
Why do you
wait? Okay,
do not pass go.
But content for use by high schools, colleges, and community theaters as well.
I think they're overestimating the
popularity of Monopoly.
Yeah, or the desire to go out and see an area in the format besides a board game.
This way, man. Cats weren't just interested. Cats were clamoring for the Hungry Hippos movie.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I can understand.
I think I started.
I can understand how Real Steel became a thing, but Hungry Hippos.
You can make a musical out of anything. To be honest,
you really can. Yeah.
Like this, it strikes me as ridiculous and weird. Like, monopolizing on perhaps. No, the right word would be
I know what you're saying. I agree because
but you can make anything into a musical. It'll be fine.
Okay, the perfect example.
It's actually easier to make it a musical than anything else.
There's an episode of Rocko's Modern Life where they do Trash Day.
Yes, the musical. They do. It's excellent.
It actually was.
It's right up there with Home Movie's Kafka musical.
Oh, he is Franz Kafka. So that is a tragedy that actually gives legitimacy to this Monopoly the musical.
You can make anything into a musical.
Well, okay, the group itself, this Arcana group, they've done some actual good productions. They're the production company behind Wicked. Which is one of the...
That didn't make any money either.
It's going to be a movie soon.
Yeah.
Oh, they're making a movie?
Yeah, they just announced...
They didn't already make a movie yet?
No.
You're talking about you're talking about Oz the Great and Powerful, right?
They just announced that Wicked's going to be a good movie.
They did.
Well, believe it or not, they've been trying to make a Monopoly movie as well. A couple different companies have been working on.
Well, they made Battleship, and that was hot garbage.
When will I have my mystery date horror movie?
Mystery date horror movie. That's a good one. Yeah.
They're waiting for someone else to step into the mantle since.
Do I have to do everything myself?
Wait. You can't play both parts. Okay, I know you want to. All right. No. Anthony Michael Hall has since aged out, so they're waiting for someone new to step in. And Justin Bieber just keeps turning down those scripts, man.
Yep.
I know you want to see Justin Bieber in the role. It's okay.
And so I'm just interested in the casting of this. Is there any other characters? Like, it's just one dude, right?
Besides the dude with the mustache?
Yeah. What's that guy's name, too? Doesn't he have a... that's like a good trivia question.
You know the Monopoly dude's name?
Yeah,
he has a name, right?
He does have a name.
Mr. Peanut?
Something P.
No, it's the guy in the Pringles can.
Herb, you got this? You got the the Monopoly guy name?
See what you've done? You've cascaded in.
Well, it's important. We're talking about the future project.
It's like Walter P. something.
All right. Yeah. Well, the Walter P. Sugnuff, Richard P. Sugnuff. Please tell me someone out there got that.
No.
Anyways, they've been trying to make Monopoly movies over for the past few years. One based off of more of the background of the game and what brought it into the different proprietary rights and how it changed hands and the history of the game. And another one set in the game universe.
All right, Herbie, you got the name?
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Rich
Uncle Pennybags. There you go.
What?
Thank you.
That's crap.
That's the dude's name, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, no date has been set.
So what is this about? Like,
no
okay,
timeline has been set.
What is the story of Monopoly? Like, they're like,
City.
It's just like, so it's just you land on Baltic, you screwed.
It's a wild weekend.
Got 4 railroads, and railroads still made money.
Dude, it's a downward spiral to losing all your friends. That's what the story is
what it is.
About. Yeah, dude.
It's a forecast of Trump's. It's a forecast of Trump's America, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
Boardwalk Empire, basically.
Going the
bad things.
Boardwalk Empire.
All right, so keep an eye out for Monopoly the musical. This is the thing that may actually happen.
Yeah, what if this turns into some like
we're not
crime saga? You know what I mean?
I refuse to delve any deeper for the lack of self-hatred and loathing. No, honestly, we're just running out of time. All I'll say is why, for the love of God, why? All right,
money.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, good point.
Cash dollar.
All right, but Amy, you got to check out a comic book.
I did. Okay, so Vote Loki came out this week. And for those who don't know, Loki, particularly this incarnation of Loki, if you will, for those who don't know, Loki died in Siege a couple years back. Actually died, got exploded and everything. Sorry to ruin that for you. A couple years behind.
What?
This is important. This is important. And he was reborn. And so he was Kid Loki. Stuff went down. Yada yada. He maybe is not so great anymore. And
the whole iteration. He was Puppet Loki for a while. He was Fish Loki.
He was Fish Loki, Bird Loki. Just got to catch them all.
He was the first Loki. He had that goatee going on.
He was like the Beanie Babies in the 90s. He was every day.
You say this like I don't have a Loki Beanie Baby. Anyway.
Come on. Someone has a problem, kids. So, it's a Loki intervention.
Jokes aside, the comic book is excellent. It's it's really spectacular. So Vote Loki is pretty much what it says on the tin. Loki Lofthusson is now an American citizen in that he was genuinely reborn in America, maybe. And he started running for president, perhaps. The first issue touches upon a perhaps running for president beginning of a campaign. And let's just say it is a medium-handed parody of a certain billionaire's rise to political fame.
Yeah, they pull no punches. Ross Perot catches it on every page.
It's the years, man.
No, I do know what you're talking about. I got to check it out myself, and I love the way it's played out. It's very subtle. Like, I thought this would be very heavy-handed. Loki walks in, does some big thing, and says, "And I'm running for president. Vote for me."
Oh, not at all.
And it's almost like I want to vote for him.
Well, because that's the point.
It's casual. It's very like you can tell this was written by politically minded writers.
Yes. It also is very colloquial, has good references to saying, at one point someone's like, why do you keep showing up on things? And he's like, well, I must just love TMZ. Like, there's a lot of timely references. There's a great picture of him on Instagram being made into a meme.
That's the one thing that I wonder if that's a wise move. Right now, that's actually kind of genius. In the future,
I think it's
don't know
fine.
How long those
Here's the thing. I think it's good because this is a very specifically dated miniseries.
Okay.
It is a miniseries for 2016, and it is a commentary on the 2016 political cycle, and I feel that it's totally fine to have these dated references because that's what Loki's always done. He's always made weird dated references. If you go back to the 80s, he's saying all kinds of cockamamie stuff.
So this is like an episode of Murphy Brown almost.
It's pretty much Murphy Brown. It's just one step away from when she has the baby.
Yeah, but it's for that time. You know what I mean? You watch it now, you're like, man, I get it. But like then, it was that's it. You know, it means something.
It's very timely, and I feel it's very
Zoe, Duncan,
apt.
Loki, and Mr. Fantastic.
And if you're someone that is not reading current Marvel comics, you can absolutely pick this up. I'm caught up on Mighty Thor, which is where Loki's been showing up lately. You don't need to be.
Loki?
The same Loki. So the current Marvel Loki is the reincarnated Loki that if you want more backstory on him, you want to check out Journey into Mystery and also Agent of Asgard. But Vote Loki stands on its own. There's enough setup and premise to who Loki is and what Loki is that you don't need any more. And it's just extremely witty. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of great references to other comics. The preview for the next issue has a cover that's actually a reference to a really great Jack Kirby
Yeah, you've
cover.
been loving the covers.
I went nuts. There's a sign. This is not a spoiler, but there's a little poster that says "Make America Grapes Again," and it's just I was losing my mind. I mean, I have to say I am absolutely biased. I'm not going to pretend that I am not biased. I have been looking forward to this comic for a long time, and as someone who had high expectations, it exceeded them.
Wow, that's good.
I do dig the crap out of it too, and I'm someone who generally doesn't appreciate ham-fisted political references in my books.
Don't misunderestimate Vote Loki.
Sometimes it seems a little out of place. This is very targeted towards the political audience, and they play it out well. They brought in J. Jonah Jameson, but it makes sense why he's here. It makes sense why they've linked this random off reporter to Loki. You know, why he's being followed the way he is. And we're Loki here in Boston today, just out getting a cup of coffee, and things in the book happened. I could see everything transpiring the way it did, to him actually saying, you know, maybe I'll run for president, who knows? And people actually being like, yes, you should.
And as a bonus, just as someone who does have the background on this character, there's a lot of references to things from earlier Loki stories, such as Original Sin and Agent of Asgard, that I don't want to say Easter eggs. It's just they refer to Loki's character behaving and doing things that to me are very important, and it's something that unfortunately Mighty Thor has not touched upon as much as I'd like.
Ooh, vitriol to explore what's going on, Amy.
Well, just the Mighty Thor run has not been doing Loki so great, I think. And Vote Loki is really kind of going back to what Kieran Gillen and Al Ewing kind of set up in this character, and it's really heartening to see certain aspects being reused.
All right, I'm still waiting.
That sounds really shady. I don't know whether. Okay,
I'm just waiting on the Loki dick pic scandal, because that'll be.
Well, so am I, friend. But speaking of such, Loki is canonically gender fluid, and it's something touched upon in this comic again.
Wait, so Loki can get in trouble for sending a dick pic to herself?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
The plot.
I know the scandal, but yes. Right? So I cannot recommend.
I'm wrapping my head around that, and it just keeps going.
Don't wrap your head around it.
So I know. It's like if it weren't for my horse, I wouldn't have spent that year in college. Don't think about it too long.
Classic. I almost said Louis C.K.
Yeah.
I failed myself. No, I know. And I'm thinking like the angry guy and the things in here. And I'm the loud one on the show, so you recommend it. I recommend it. I highly recommend this thing. I enjoyed the crap out of it.
2 votes from a Loki fan and a casual
and a guy.
Yeah. 2 and 2. Chuck Woolery would be ashamed.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap, by the way.
Chuck Woolery?
And he's a piece of crap.
Wait, what's wrong with Chuck Woolery?
Man, don't ask him. Don't get him going. Look at him.
I just
don't get him going.
How often do I see this man?
Yeah.
He's a right-wing conservative idiot.
No, so was the Ultimate Warrior, man. We got a lot of
Ultimate Warrior too. Rest in peace. But Ultimate Warrior was an idiot too.
And just rest.
You know who's not an idiot?
Scott Baio was another one.
You know who's not an idiot?
Scott Baio.
Loki running in 2016.
Exactly, Loki.
Oh, see what I did there? Brought it back. No, look, vote Loki number 1. It's called Vote Loki too. So if you're gonna
vote
search
Loki,
don't
vote
search
Loki.
L, search V.
Search for the V.
Search.
and also as a bonus, real quick, this is the exact Loki that I already have a cosplay for. So I really look forward to getting a suit.
So you can recycle this one a little bit.
I'm gonna definitely cosplay Loki on the campaign trail.
Nice. Are you going red tie? Are you going red tie or blue?
Oh, green tie.
Green tie.
That's what he wears. He's got a green tie.
Yeah, that's straight Ralph Nader. I don't know.
Ralph Nader.
We don't know what party he's affiliated with, but yeah. So I'm pretty on a personal note. I'm very excited to see this character continuing because now I can do weird handing out fake political pamphlets at anime cons, and I just can't wait.
Like Lyndon LaRoche.
See, no, I imagine Loki would be more along the lines of like just throwing fake babies at people.
Just pet my baby.
Am I way off? Yeah.
I mean, I just want to work that campaign trail, smooch some babies, smooch some horses, regular voting stuff.
Kissing random animals.
Humans do, right?
You throw babies at people and
horse babies, I don't know.
Just get to these parents too that bring the babies to these political things, like kiss this thing, it's my baby, kiss it. It's like
I never understood how that started.
So really quick, there's a variant cover that they've already released the art for. That's an exact kind of replica of a photo of people shoving their babies at Donald Trump.
Well, is that baby with Donald Trump with the mother's eyes and she's like freaking out?
That is going to be, it's one of the variant covers for Vote Loki, is Loki kissing a baby with the mother in the background shoving the baby.
There's a good alternate photo that someone doctored it where it's like every face in the whole audience is like 200 people. Every face is that one woman's face.
Oh my God.
It's like duplicated over everybody's face. So it's like the eyeballs and just like that look of just right in front. It's freaky, man. It's freaky to watch. It is, it's like people that take the time to just do that 100 times over.
Really quick.
But it's perfect.
The quickest aside, I once went to a book signing.
That was quick, thank you.
Nikki Sixx, and there was a woman there in line.
Yes.
There was a woman in line who was screaming, "Sign my baby!
Sign my
I can't do it, but picture the most Revere accent with that
Sign
cigarette
my baby.
with a cigarette voice, and she was just like, "Sign my baby,
Nikki." Years ago.
Yes, that's literally what she was screaming.
I feel like that woman taught me 7th grade math.
I'm so happy that you were at a Nikki Sixx signing.
Yes, with my best friend Jess, I will be seeing next week. I'm very excited. So,
was it for
Jess,
the dirt?
These aren't things to admit out loud.
Dude, Nikki Sixx.
All right, Billy, my man, you got to see a very special picture entitled "Destination Planet Negro."
Destination Planet Negro.
Now, we did touch on this a little bit last week because Derek saw it himself and had a couple of choice words. You seem to have a very specific opinion of it, though. I want to know what your thoughts are, my man.
It was garbage, Pat.
All right.
It really was
like Fantastic Planet.
Okay. I'm going to need you to stop mincing words and tell us how you really feel.
It was, at first I was like, oh, this is kind of a weird little low budgety kind of film, but I'll roll with it. It almost felt like they wanted to name it Black to the Future.
That would have been freaking awesome.
It almost felt like that's what they wanted to name it, and it felt like a little Nickelodeon-y type of a film, but it was just awful, dude. It was really bad dialogue. It was shot. It was made. The bottom line is that they made a movie. Yeah. So kudos to them. I applaud them.
So who's behind this thing? I haven't even heard of this sucker. So
it was written by the same person who wrote Chirac.
Co-wrote it with Spike Lee.
Okay.
Co-written.
Yes.
Spike Lee did not co-write this movie.
No.
But with shows. But yeah. It was like it felt like if you had told me a bunch of middle school students made this movie, I would have been like, this is the dopest movie that I've ever seen.
Yeah, because they exceeded that amateurish level. But
amazing. I kept trying to view it from the perspective of how can I see this film in a way where I can, on some level, appreciate it. And they do some clever things with history, and it's basically like these folks who are these scientists in 1939, and they decide that not only America, but the world isn't safe enough for African Americans. So they decide to fly to Mars to basically try to colonize that for
so it's like a Negro planet.
Exactly. So, but while they're flying to it, they end up going through a wormhole, and it basically puts them in the future. Where
not just any wormhole. Whoa. 2 wormholes collide with each other because that's something that happens in space.
Well, we don't know, Pat. Matthew McConaughey could be there too.
Exactly.
Matthew McConaughey was there.
We know.
And so they end up in kind of 2016. And they're kind of like shocked at like iPhones and just everything, and it's in color. So the first part of the movie is in black and white, like when they're in the past, and when they're in the present day, it's in color.
That's how you know it was the past. The color wasn't invented until 1974.
And it was just, it wasn't a good.
It just wasn't good. It just wasn't. So you're talking about it wasn't put together good, like the story was bad. I mean, it sounds like kind of an interesting premise, you know what I mean?
Here's my take on it. There was a movie that I saw many years ago with Angelina Jolie. It was called like The World of Tomorrow.
Sky Captain.
Yeah, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
That was a dope movie.
That was really good. People did not like it.
That was a good looking movie.
No, it was a good.
I wouldn't say a good movie.
It had a nice aesthetic.
Sorry, I felt the movie looked really good. I don't think the movie was that great. But I feel like if they had that type of budget, that's what the movie would have looked like. That's what they were going for.
Right.
They were trying to make it look like a movie, like an old-timey film like that, with similar kind of, I wouldn't say steampunk, but it kind of, that kind of odd, kind of weird technology and like, what I'm talking about?
It looks very much like
everything is like super grand and very like utilitarian kind of.
Hudsucker Proxy.
Yes.
Very deco.
Very, very.
Well, it's just everything's really tall and spaced.
Tall skyscraper.
It just sounds like they were way too ambitious for the actual budget they had. You know what I mean? You can have ambition if you had the means to pull it off.
It literally looked like it was shot on like an iPhone 6.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Whereas Tangerine, which looked great.
Which was amazing.
You can't have ambition to make something look
Tangerine looked great on an iPhone.
Well, it's like This Is Not a Film was filmed on an iPhone by
No, it was definitely shot.
That's a great movie too.
I'm not sure what it was shot on. It was definitely shot on something digital, but the movie it was like they were trying to make $100 million movie with mothballs,
$75,
paper clips, and it was just like it was not well. I mean, I guess they did well with what they had, but I don't think the movie was good. I thought the acting was really tough, but then again, when you have a budget of $75, you're only going to get.
We blew it all on buying the cameras. We don't know how to use them, and we don't know how to cast. You're going to get your
local, like pizza delivery guy to play roles. You know what I'm saying? So
the thing that got me though was some of the performances came across as very stereotypical of
a little offensive.
A lot offensive. We got that robot.
Sounded
like the robot came across.
So
they got
named Strom. By the way,
so can I ask? And this might be is the director of this movie a person of color?
Yes. I would guess.
Yeah.
Because if a white person made that movie, I'd be like, wow, you really don't like black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying, so it's just like when you say it's like the kind of like they're like kind of cliche characters and everything like that. It's like, aren't they trying to?
Well, these are cliche characters, but along the same lines as if you've ever seen Spike Lee's School Days.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep in mind if that end scene where it's. Okay, there's symbolism, and then there's Lawrence Fishburne literally running to the center of the school, ringing a bell and telling black people, "Hey, wake up!"
Yeah, it was very preachy.
Well, it happens that it's like you hit him with a
script on that premise
and says, "Do you get it? Do you get it now?" It's like, yeah, I get it. Well, it's like Oliver Stone does that as well.
Well, no, Oliver Stone at the very least has talent. This was okay. Pause. That was unfair. That was an unfair thing to say. This was overtly. Heavy-handed it in your face.
Yes.
There were scenes where they specifically said, we have a black president now. You need to understand we're free. I think that's an actual line, because she leaned out of the car and said it in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, we get it. You're impressed with the future. Let's actually get a story here. And it was struggling to balance between comedy and serious message.
So you're saying, so the message was not coming through?
No, the message came through loud and clear.
It was
and then when you got it, they wrote it on a sledgehammer and then dinged you in the side of the head with it over and over again. And then when you were unconscious, they took a megaphone, stood over your unconscious body, and screamed it in your face.
So what is the message of the film?
The message of the film is black people need to come together. and rise above, and then appreciate in the future we have a black president, and we have started to come together and rise above, but we still have a ways to go to come together and rise above. Yeah. And then once we come together and rise above, we will finally have come together and risen above. But until then, we need to come together and rise above, because the committee of smart black people in the past would want us to do this in the future.
And
oh gosh,
yeah,
there was a committee. There was a committee of smart black people. All the smart black people in the world get together for like weekly meetings.
And this movie, my biggest issues with the film actually,
besides the weekly meeting of smart black people,
no, my biggest issues with the film is that it felt like a little too Back to the Future Part 3. And if you know what I'm talking about, like remember how Doc stays behind?
Yeah,
they did the exact same thing in this.
Yeah, well, if you had Mary Steenburgen waiting for you too, you might.
Yeah, they did the same thing in this, and it felt like there was a part where I guess someone wanted to go back and get Hitler, and it felt a little Inglourious Basterds too.
Yeah, there was one dude who decided he's gonna save the future
Hitler.
with gay sex.
So that sounds like they were stretching this movie.
To be fair,
gay sex is not the end all be all answer to everything. It can solve some problems.
First of all,
not
Pat.
all problems.
No,
it was the whole thing. It felt very 1994 to me. It's like, yo, man, we got.
That's a dope year, though.
It's like if they came to the future, someone saw Rent and was like, you know what? I suddenly know how to accept and appreciate everybody.
There was a movie that I can't believe I'm bringing this up on the show, but I can't believe this. There was a movie back in the day called Brother Future. Do you remember this?
No, wait, Brother Future?
Brother Future.
Brother from Another Planet?
Brother Future.
That's what I was thinking.
No, not Brother from Another Planet. Brother Future. I don't remember the actor's name, but he was on the Wayans Brothers. He was on
Marlon Wayans.
Not Marlon Wayans. Shut up. I feel like his name is like TK something.
Oh, wait. You talking about the pimp?
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. He was in this movie called
TC on the show.
TC on the show, yes.
Yeah.
He was in a movie called Brother Future where he was like this kind of con artist kind of a guy in like 1990, and he was running away from the cops, slipped and fell, woke up in like slavery times. And it was him, and he couldn't get out of it, and he basically had to kind of figure out his stuff, and then eventually he woke up in the present. This movie kind of felt like that, just the reverse. It was like a whole lot of
like a Living Chappelle show skit, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was but if
all right, well, we've said the bad. Anything you'd call out that was a positive in this movie?
Well, again, I could say whatever I want about the movie. The bottom line is that they made one, and every movie is someone's favorite movie. So,
Well, who's starting this second? Anybody worth mentioning?
The only person that was actually like a significant person that I recognized.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Not Bokeem Woodbine.
Was that Brother Ali that played the white rapper?
I don't think it was Brother Ali, but have you ever seen Last of the Mohicans?
Yeah, of course.
The main guy. Him.
That is true. That is true. He had a
Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
That's
right. Not the main guy. The main Native American. He was in it.
Yeah,
he was in it.
Yeah. Okay. But he was in it for like 17 seconds.
Yeah,
it was a pointed 17 seconds, but it still was 17 seconds.
The guy who played like Mogwai, or was that?
That was Gizmo.
No.
But no, like the main Native American, he was also. I think Last of the Mohicans was Michael Mann.
Yeah, it was.
And he was also in Heat. So he played, he had a small part in Heat, but yes, he was the one person that was like, oh, there is someone that's kind of famous.
How did you end up in this? Yeah. Interesting.
Somebody probably has pictures of him.
Yeah.
But that's what I'll say. I mean, if a movie like that got made with the budget that Sky Captain of the World Tomorrow was made, it would probably be a good movie. By the way,
I love Sky Captain of the World Tomorrow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Good. I think it's just a good movie. I thought it was a good movie.
I'm blanking on the dude. Because they all look the same to me. Who was the main guy? Jude
Law. He wasn't that. Yeah.
Jude Law, Ryan Felipe. They all look the same.
Well, we got. Who did we get mixed up for you? Bradley Cooper and Ryan.
They are the same person.
They are the same person. Thank you.
Yeah,
Ryan Cooper's been great. So many.
I love Bradley Reynolds. He's so funny when he does all the voice acting for silly animals. The best.
I'm very glad that Ryan Reynolds finally got his big break in Limitless.
Ryan.
It was perfect.
Clive Owen's in there somewhere too.
Oh my god! Stop.
It's just the 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, I don't know the lack thereof. Those Reynolds abs. Ryan Reynolds in the A-Team though. That was something. Perfect casting.
Charlton Copley.
Charlton Copley is the dude.
He was the dude in that thing.
I guess one last positive thing I can say about this movie.
Yeah,
it did get accepted into the Roxbury International Film Festival.
The Roxbury International
Film Festival. Higher prestigious award.
Check it out. It's a movie made by and with all black folks. So that's what it's about. That's a plus. You know what I mean? So,
although why was the white prisoner like the deepest guy in the movie?
So it's like a FUBU film. You know what I mean?
The deepest, most intrepid, the deepest intricate knowledge and most insightful information about black people in urban culture.
So he was the token white guy. He was like the janitor.
He was the token.
And he had the insight. Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised seeing how that played out, that they didn't have an end credit scene where the white dude taught black folks how to dance.
Oh, the end credit scene with the
all of a sudden it's like Kevin Bacon in Footloose. Let's dance! Like that.
The end credit scene with the dude who tries to kill Hitler is like, I hope he likes his coffee black. I almost broke my computer screen. I almost broke my computer. I was like, really? This is what's going on?
Yeah,
I just wish it was like, how do you take your coffee? Fool, you gotta have?
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
I hope he takes black.
At some point, you got to check out. But when you don't, you catch gold. So I
take
it you would not recommend this.
Afros in this thing too.
No.
It's not to say that I don't recommend it. I'll say to me, it wasn't a great movie, but I could see people watching it and just having a ball laughing with it. You know what I mean? Or at it or whatever. But
yeah.
Like, if it's your type of movie, if you want a little not too serious educational kind of a film, or if you just want to support a local awesome local film festival, go see it. Go see it.
A positive black film, you know?
Exactly.
It's like was it Badass? That movie,
I love Badass actually.
Yeah, it's just like it wasn't a great film, but it was like that was the first time someone, a person of color lived at the end of the movie.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
You're talking about sweet
yes,
badass.
You're talking about sweet badass. I'm talking about Badass.
Badass is Mario Van Peebles.
Yes.
Yeah, he directed it about his father.
Yeah.
Sweet Badass song is like
Sweetbacks.
But Badass is awesome.
Because how often do you get to see a 12-year-old lose his virginity on camera?
On camera. It's not good.
Set up by his pops.
Father.
Yeah. Hardcore, bro.
It's right out of a Greek
tragedy. It's like Robert Downey Sr.
Who caught an STD on the movie and was able to get workman's comp, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
This is just terrible stuff. How these guys aren't walking gong shows at this point? I don't get.
It's the first independent movie I think.
It was the first independent. It was the highest grossing independent movie of 1970.
10 million.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But he got
all the Black Panthers came out.
So Mario Van Peebles got an STD.
No, Melvin Van Peebles got an STD because in the beginning of the movie, they show him having sex. He's really having sex.
Yeah, of course.
He got an STD and was able to sign up for
Workman's Comp.
What is the movie he directed to before that? The studio with Watermelon Man. Something horribly racist like that. That was his studio film before that.
Yeah, Watermelon Man was the one he made right before.
Guys, y'all getting some really good film history on the Geek Down tonight.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, then of course, and this is, it seems weird now, but it's like, thank God, I'm sorry, but thank God for Bill Cosby, because he gave him the money to front into and made this big difference. And then when it's
speaking of Bill Cosby in the movie Badass, that was T.K. Carter. Who was in?
Wait! Milo from
Saved by the Bell.
From Good Morning Miss Bliss.
Good Morning Miss Bliss.
Good Morning.
He played Bill Cosby in the movie Badass.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
And he gave him $1 million or $500,000.
Going in on it now.
So what we've learned from this is Melvin Van Peebles might very well be my hero. Yeah. But I want to hear what was going down with Anime Next.
Anime Next, which moved to scenic Atlantic City.
Amy McCobb, you got to check out Anime Next.
I did indeed. So Anime Next is a New Jersey anime convention I've been attending for a couple of years. It recently got a little too big for its britches in its old location, and now it's at the Atlantic City Convention Center.
Where was the old location?
The old one was at the New Jersey Convention Center in Somerset, Bridgewater.
Crap hole in New Jersey.
Pretty much.
For some reason, every time you mention the venue, I want you to say the Gaylord National.
I'm sorry, the Gaylord National Harbor is for Katsicon. Y'all are professionals. Katsicon and MagFest are at the Gaylord. This one
I have no part of this.
Atlantic City Convention Center, which is located by the boardwalk in Atlantic City with all those wonderful casinos.
Wait,
nice,
the New Jersey
casinos.
boardwalk? Where they knocked out God?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm not sure if Dogma takes place in specifically Atlantic City or if it's Point Pleasant or some other.
I know of one boardwalk in New Jersey, so I just assume they're all the same.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. So this is the one where the guys from the Jersey Shore are from.
No.
Wait, so Pauly D didn't knock out God?
No,
and then,
though there
and then
was.
Chris Rock in action.
I did see a Pauly D cosplayer or my ex. I can't tell the difference, but
Let's just hope it's Pauly D. Yeah.
But no, I'm pretty sure, jokes aside, there was genuinely a Jersey Shore cosplay group that I saw, and I thought it was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, that's not okay. Were they just like dressed as Oompa Loompas with babies?
No, it was really funny. There was like a girl in like a big tease Snooki wig, and it was just hilarious to me at an anime con. Anime Next, I have to say, so Anime Next has consistently been just like a really chill, fun con with really good content. I didn't run any panels this time just because I wasn't sure I was attending until way past the deadline, but they tend to have a really interesting and varied just schedule of events. Interesting bands have played over the years. They had some great concerts this year. I hosted a panel with one of my friends, Weeaboo Flashback Hour, which was kind of reminiscing on the early 2000s of anime.
Of course, because who better to personify the Weeaboo than Professor Weeaboo?
I'm not Professor Weeaboo. My friend my friend Nadia is Professor Weeaboo. Shout out to my friend Nadia, who has a degree in Japanese pop culture studies and is Professor Weeaboo.
So who's Captain Weeaboo?
Captain Weeaboo? I don't know. It feels like you got to earn that title.
Oh man,
I'm more chaotic. I'm more chaotic Weeaboo. But anyway, did I hear someone say Weeaboo? So.
That's like, okay, I just want to point out, that's like 9 levels of geekdom you've just like delved into.
Harry Bible Fellowship reference. So one of the things I actually appreciated about the move / didn't like in the same stream was that the new venue is way too big for where Anime Next is at right now.
Should have stayed at the game.
However, if it grows as big as it's projected to, and it can grow quite a bit in this location, this will be a very, very good venue. The only real downsides is just dumb kids being on the boardwalk late at night. I heard about a couple people getting into trouble. One of my friends got mugged.
Gotta be about,
because
damn, really?
I don't want to blame my friend. Everybody hecks up, but a little bit of naivete went into walking around
dressed as Pauly D.
Just as Pauly D, pretty late.
So someone said, "Come at me, bro."
Path.
Well, you're gonna get some drunk kids, you know what I mean, trying to shout out stuff to people like that.
But I went on the boardwalk, and I'm the only purchase I made at Anime Next was a shirt of Justin Bieber's no, that's horrible. Why would you even say that? My God, it was his mugshot. It's Justin Bieber's face on a shirt in his mugshot, and it says "Thug Life." I'm terrible, but thing in hand, I know
you gave little infants.
Don't hate on my twink friends.
Okay?
So
about this shirt, just real quick.
This was from a vendor on the boardwalk where they print those shirts where you can get a YOLO shirt or number one bro or whatever garbage shirts that you can buy. And I was like, all right, this is terrible. I need it.
You know what terrifies me? The David Bowie mugshot has become like a cultural iconic image.
That was not so good either.
Yeah, give it 15, 20 years. That Justin Bieber mugshot is going to be the shiz.
Well, to be fair, David Bowie does look particularly beautiful in that mugshot.
Well, I think that's what it is.
Justin Bieber's mugshot is more like, I think it was for drunk driving or something. He's just
got the wacky hair. Yeah, sure, okay, whatever.
He's a buffoon.
Today's buffoon.
No, he fell off. He got choked. He got choked in a nightclub. Okay, so Justin Bieber news as a quick aside, and then I got to get back to the Weeaboos.
Sorry, yeah, I cut you off.
But it's fine. I always got time for the twink rundown. So Justin Bieber got attacked in a nightclub. Whoa! Someone calling. Is Justin Bieber calling? Is Justin Bieber calling me? Is it the Biebs?
No. Okay.
So he got choked in a nightclub, and I recommend everyone look up this picture.
You pissed off Justin Bieber so much he called it.
He was recently choked in a nightclub, and the picture looks like a Renaissance painting. The layout of this image of him being choked, it's incredible.
Wait, so it's like Bieber being choked out, and people behind him?
Yes, they're all they look like Jesus behind him. It's incredible. There's a guy in a hoodie that looks like a robe. It's beautiful. And then the second part is that he recently fell off the stage at a Canadian concert. Yeah, that was
hilarious. Okay, I heard about that, and he
don't worry,
we don't need to talk about Bieber.
Wait. He gave the goofy yodeling scream, right?
Probably.
He fell off and it was like,
So anyway, back to the animes. I was at Anime Next with my friends who run Cobra Kawaii, and everybody should check them out, cobrakawaii.com. They got some great t-shirts, hats, snapbacks, all kinds of great stuff. I just realized snapbacks are hats. This is how out of touch I am. I'm not cool, people. Speaking of that, so I went to Anime Next. To be honest, there's not much to say about it. It's in a new venue. It's finding its feet. Speaking of feet, the rave got shut down on Saturday night.
Again?
Because the floor was breaking from everyone dancing.
Whoa, what?
the floor of the Saturday night rave at Anime Next was breaking and groaning and cracking under the weight of the dancing people. I think a big factor in it is that it was on an upper floor, and perhaps these kind of convention center hosts like 50 chairs of a business meeting, or like, I don't think they were prepared for this level of enthusiasm, if you will.
But I mean, when you build anything, it's a sound architecture to be able to. So that's
a fun Anime Next ratios.
Wait, so this could have just been a very poorly planned location. You said it's new.
It's new,
and it could have.
And they have a contract through 2020, so it's not going anywhere. So we'll see how this rave thing plays out next year. But otherwise, the Artist Alley dealer space was excellent. Right. Like this great well-lit space, way better than where they used to have like the main event stage butting up against Artist Alley. So you wouldn't be able to even you'd go to a booth, but you couldn't hear it over like, I don't know, someone singing karaoke 20 feet away as loud as they could.
Their favorite.
Also, I went to karaoke for a while, and shout out to the girl that sang Don't Cry For Me Argentina at the Anime Con, because that takes guts.
Truth is I never loved you.
Oh, it was Adam in cosplay.
Yeah, I know. Adam, you looked great, by the way. Excellent rendition. Yeah. But yeah, I have to say, and if you're local to the area, Anime Next is a really great con to check out. I personally go just because I was helping friends with their booth, as well as I have a lot of local to New York friends that attend this con. I'm not sure.
So you kind of use this as an excuse to go and see other people.
Yeah.
It wasn't like anything bringing you there.
I would not say that Anime Next is a destination con, unlike Katsukon and MagFest at the Gaylord National.
Right. Clearly.
Which I cannot recommend going to the Gaylord National highly enough.
The Gay National. For short.
It's the...
But yeah, Anime Next, in conclusion, Anime Next was a good con. I feel like it's going to really grow into itself in this space. It absolutely had to move. I think there's some things to get over. For example, just getting hotels were kind of rough because the pricing, because it's Atlantic City, is that once the convention hotel sells out, you better have a car. Because if you drive 10 minutes away, there's great options. But if you need to be walking distance, you're stuck with casino hotels and you're stuck with really sketchy motels off the strip. Unlike a lot of other conventions, the space of the Atlantic City Convention Center is a little awkward for particularly, I think, younger people getting hotel rooms and going to the convention. Not so much people that are in like their mid-20s and older, because, whatever, we can stay wherever the hell we want. But if you're, the people like 18 to 25
not
even.
Of yiffing age.
I don't think...
Sorry.
That broke me, and I'm mad.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just mad because all my friends, Yiff aside, Yiff Quest, a lot of my friends are watching Zootopia for the first time, and now they're all furries. Just so you know, if you watch Zootopia, the contract is sealed, and you are now a furry.
Adam, take note.
Just so you know, make sure if you have seen Zootopia, think about it for 2 minutes, because you already know what animal you are by the time you're done watching that movie.
Side note, if you Google or if you YouTube newscasters furry party.
Yes.
There's
different news. Floor. So Zootopia, there's different newscasters for Zootopia based on the region that you are in.
Oh, I'm talking about the ones. I'm talking.
Oh no, I know what you're saying, but that's yes.
Oh my god!
You know what? There's a reference here.
There's a lot going on,
and I've never been so happy to be in the dark all of a sudden.
No, Pat.
So Believe me, I'm in the dark too.
Everyone wants to know, Pat. If you were attending a convention at the Gaylord National, what fursuit would you wear
at the Gay National?
At the Gay National,
I myself am an 8-foot tall jackalope.
Jackalope at the Gay National.
I'd be a hedgehog.
A hedgehog?
Yeah.
Would you be a fast hedgehog?
I just get spiky. And then when he goes away, I just kind of relax.
Man, please, you're Ron Jeremy in a Hawaiian shirt. That's the hedgehog you're choosing.
Oh my god!
All right, I'm going for a jackalope.
I'm just so happy to be here, guys. I just want to share this beautiful moment that I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, so Anime Next, check it out. I feel if you are local or have friends that are in that area, not a destination con that you want to like head to. Like, oh my god, I want to check out my first con. I'll go to Anime Next. But if you're local to it. Good time. The people who run it really do an excellent job. I have to say, like, it's very well organized. Very impressed with a lot of the way that this very smooth for a first year event, like the first new location. Everything went very, very well, considering like the floor broke.
Well, that's actually good that happened, just because wow, they know that if we pack this thing full, like we should get this looked at for
there's
just
also
future
probably
safety
other
in general.
rooms, other places to do it in. I have a feeling that the rave was in one of those. I didn't go to the rave, but I had friends as you did, but like it probably was in the same kind of space at the video game room, which by the way, the video game room was excellent. They had a lot of great video games, a lot of great systems. They even had the table flipping game. Like you literally flip tables in this game.
Yeah, I've played
it's
that.
a lot of fun.
Like,
and it's very, very diverse gaming room. Yes.
It's like my dad at dinner.
You play the few different scenarios. There's like there's the woman at work who's just had enough. I played the dad at, I'm not sure if it was dinner or breakfast.
Or sun comes out.
You've got to just keep getting your family to piss you off more and more, and then choose the right moment to flip the table.
Really?
It's like okay, son's asking for money. Daughter crashed the car. It's like wife
banging the mailman.
What's my motivation in this scene?
This is the worst scenario in life. And I kind of want to flip the table now for making me play the damn game. And it was the most popular. Like I played once.
People love it.
I left, complained to my friend who's like, "Why the hell did you make me play this?" She's like, "No, it's
Beat Mania had the longest lines.
It was that. Initial D was another one, which is like
Initial D.
The Initial D.
Well, no, it's. I gave him the initial.
Initially the D.
It's a racing game.
It's also a really, really good anime with terrible music that I'm obsessed with.
I'm not surprised.
It's like every porn I've ever watched.
But it's centered around precision. So not just am I faster than these suckers, but can I also stay within the lines that race? I'm like, this is not the American way. Now I want to flip a table. All right, so anime next.
Next. Good con, don't schlep to it. That's my thing. If it's something you already want to go to, or if you are local to that area, definitely check it out. It is a good, I think, up and coming con with a lot of room to grow. But I don't think. Got some logistics to figure out. Still finding its feet at the new location, and just there's so many conventions this summer. Kineticon is coming up in July. That I think is one of the best conventions on the East Coast, Kineticon. So if you're looking for something to do this summer that's an anime con, a sci-fi con, cannot recommend that highly enough. That is my phrase of the evening. Cannot recommend it highly enough. There's no higher praise.
I cannot.
I won't.
But the champion convention is still Katsicon at the Gaylord National.
It's
Katsicon at the Gaylord National, man.
Katsicon at the Gaylord National.
The Paimon Sci-Fi Con at the Gaylord National.
Yes.
I went to a Katsicon at the Gaylord National.
Though, real quick, if you do remember, we had some issues with Katsicon this year where they implemented the new badges.
Yes.
I'm waiting to see how this plays out this year.
If they got
but I have
bad
to
emails
say,
telling them.
If they are still charging people to run panels, I'm going to go to MagFest instead this year.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so
you're changing sides, yeah.
Well, I haven't been to MagFest. For those who don't know, it's a big gaming and music festival, a video game music convention, and I really want to go check out the chiptunes. A couple bands, You Bred Raptors go. They're excellent. Proto Man usually play, and I have not yet gone, and I want to check it out.
Waiting on Power Girls to make another appearance. But then again, that's me. And I'm hardcore like that, Adam. I'm gangster. I'm gangster. Adam, I want you to understand how gangster I am. He's looking at me like, what the hell's the matter with you? All right, man, I'm messing with you.
Tuck it in, man. Come on,
these are all some bands that show up at these things that I actually haven't gotten a chance to see live in a long time. I saw Power Glove once. I saw Proto Man once. Amy.
They're my favorite band.
They're Amy's favorite band.
Proto Man, favorite band. They're incredible.
She has one of them locked in her basement at all times.
That's just weird, Pat.
I'm just saying. What?
Patrice the Peace. I don't know.
Okay, Adam's been drinking.
Pat is on some wavelength tonight,
dude.
friends.
Yeah, I'm on this heat stroke wavelength right now.
For those not in the know, it's about 200 degrees in the studio right now.
Makes me feel closer to you guys.
All right, so just running down the things we had this evening. Anime next. Amy says goo.
If you can, if you're close, but if not,
don't go if it's schlep. Don't go if you're far. Yeah. It's not, I'm 4 or 5 hours away.
Don't take the bus for 5 hours to get there. That's what she was saying.
Oh my God, getting her on the bus.
She's got a bus story. Are you greyhounded over there?
Yeah, there's really like nothing else you can do, to be honest. If you don't drive, there's the train that costs like $75.
I've gotten so good at Greyhound over the years, but they keep finding ways.
It was fine, but it just everything that's obnoxious about taking a bus. Let's just say, I had the full robust experience of everything that's crappy about taking a bus.
That's why I like Jack Reacher novels, because he takes the Greyhound. Jack. It's like, this guy must be a saint. He takes the Greyhound everywhere.
He's a badass on a budget. Jack Reacher. All right.
I think that's how they're marketing the new one. Yeah.
Okay, Destination Planet Negro. Kaiser Soze says.
It's...
How many? Can we just from now on rate movies and how many fart noises?
Yes,
absolutely.
Was it from the pop star movie? Is like, let's just look at the reviews. They gave me the poop emoji. Let's just say mixed reviews. We'll say mixed.
Can we gauge it from the sound of the poop? You know those poops that are like.
How wet is the fart? How moist are your farts?
That's why the best fart from was the Dumb and Dumber when he's on the toilet was he's doing the thing and then at the end it's like
check out geek-down.com. How many farts have we rated?
Yeah. I rate this 2 farts.
I think this is officially the highest brow show we've ever done. All right, so you rated it corn spectacled,
He double poop sticks.
Okay. All right, and vote Loki.
Vote Loki. In fact, it's no farts. I would rate it. I would rate Vote Loki.
No farts.
I would vote.
That's a clean one winner.
It gets the Febreze Award.
Vote Loki is in fact a delightful air freshener.
That's a good high fiber.
I've thought about what this specific Loki would smell like, and I've come down to
You've thought about it.
Champagne, chocolate, and cheap sex.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey, that's actually
that's very specific.
And it's a specific Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab perfume.
I feel like you've got a story to go along with this.
I do. It's a cosplay story actually that I can't tell on air.
We will go. We will get this out of you eventually.
Okay. Well, with that, this has been the Geek Down here on WPMF. I want to thank you all for joining us for another extra special episode. I want to thank our in-house correspondent Amy McCobb.
Sorry, this is gone.
Guys, this is so
6-year-olds in this freaking room now.
Guys, the Nightcrawler's waiting for you. That we were Amy and I were talking
shout
about.
Shout out to Forever Night. Best show ever, Forever Night.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you so much, Adam.
These nerds were bonding over their love for bad shows. DJ Herb.
Thank you, Herb.
All right. We'll thank my homeboy Adam Willis.
Always, my friend. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
You too, my
As
man.
always. Thank you, everybody.
I want to remind you all, if you heard anything on the show you want to chime in on or apparently donate criticism
Baby
money
wipes.
and contribute your own.
What are you, Terrence Howard?
Oh, jeez.
That's a good one.
Or offer up your own fart noises. You can hit us up at geekdownradio@gmail.com. Also, check us out at geek-down.com for the latest and the news and reviews, all the good stuff you can use in entertainment. We are the authority on such. You can catch us every Monday nights right here on WEMFradio.com. Same bad time, same bad channel, 9 p.m. Until next week, I want to remind you all, be excellent to each other. Peace.